Holy shit. He said what?
Turns out Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will still get paid millions of dollars for doing absolutely nothing.
I'm here to tell my truth and make a shit ton of money out of podcasting, as I don't have any discernible talent.
What do you guys do at home?
Who's filming this?
I'm gonna come.
It happened in seconds when Joe Coy stepped onto the Golden Globe stage.
I'm your host, Joe Coy.
No one expected the night to turn into a cultural flashpoint, but within moments, his monologue shifted from light humour to pointed commentary, and Meghan Markle became one of the central references.
I locked myself in a room and I started to binge watch everything.
The intention of the show was to share more of myself.
You keep saying Meghan Markle, you know I'm Sussex now.
To share tips that I love in my life.
When nature has given you all the cues on how to have a perfect taste of something.
Oh, how fun is that? I love it.
I appreciate what hard work looks like. I like working hard.
To understand why that moment carried so much weight, you have to understand who Meghan Markle had become long before that night. She wasn't just a former television actress. She wasn't just a duchess. She had evolved into one of the most polarizing public figures of the modern media era. Her journey from Hollywood performer to member of the British royal family was already historic. An American, biracial, divorced actress marrying into one of the oldest monarchies in the world. It was a narrative that felt cinematic from the beginning. But fairy tales don't survive modern media cycles untouched. The early years of her royal life were marked by intense press scrutiny. Headlines ranged from glowing praise to harsh criticism. Every outfit, every gesture, every family dynamic became dissected content. Supporters framed her as a breath of fresh air for an ancient institution. Critics questioned whether Hollywood ambition could ever comfortably coexist with royal tradition. Then came the turning point. The decision to step back from senior royal duties wasn't just a personal move. It was a global media earthquake. The announcement shattered precedent. It reframed Meghan and Harry not as working royals, but as independent global figures navigating fame on their own terms. The Oprah interview intensified everything. Claims of mistreatment, mental health struggles, and racial tension dominated headlines worldwide. For many, Meghan became a symbol of resilience and speaking truth to power. For others, she became a figure of controversy, accused of airing private family matters on the world stage. Either way, her identity shifted. She was no longer just part of the royal family. She was a brand. The Netflix deal followed. Podcast ventures, high-profile speaking engagements, carefully produced documentaries presenting their side of the story. The messaging was clear. Control the narrative, own the platform, redefine the image. But here's the paradox. Visibility and privacy became intertwined in a way that confused audiences. The couple spoke about the need for space from intrusive media while simultaneously releasing deeply personal content to global streaming audiences. They stepped away from institutional roles while building commercial partnerships connected to their royal association. For supporters, this was empowerment. For critics, it was contradiction. And that contradiction had been building for years. So when Joe Coy referenced Meghan on that Golden Globe stage, the joke didn't land in isolation. It landed on top of years of cultural debate. It tapped into conversations already happening in comment sections, talk shows, and dinner tables. The room didn't just hear a punchline, it heard context. Joe framed the Sussex saga as a reflection of modern celebrity culture, where narrative control is currency and public sympathy can coexist with lucrative contracts. He didn't need to spell everything out. The suggestion was enough. The audience reaction wasn't hesitant. It wasn't the polite chuckle of obligation. It was loud, sustained, confident. That reaction signaled something deeper than humor. Award show monologues typically vanish within a news cycle, but this moment traveled. Social media amplified it. Clips were dissected frame by frame. Commentators debated whether it marked a tonal shift in how Hollywood viewed the Sussex brand. Late-night hosts followed suit. Stand-up comedians sharpened their commentary. Satirical shows exaggerated the couple's perceived contradictions, turning them into recurring caricatures. And that's when the transformation became undeniable. Meghan and Harry weren't just controversial figures anymore, they were becoming shorthand in pop culture. Symbols used to illustrate a broader conversation about fame, victimhood, branding, and authenticity. Comedy has power because it simplifies complexity. It reduces layered narratives into one repeatable idea. And when that idea resonates widely enough, it becomes perception. Perception in Hollywood is everything. Studios don't just invest in talent, they invest in public sentiment. Brands align with stability. Audiences gravitate toward authenticity. When a figure begins to tilt from respected to ridiculed, the ripple effect extends beyond headlines. What made this cycle different was its persistence. The jokes didn't fade, they multiplied. Memes surfaced, commentary videos went viral. Think pieces explored the idea of Sussex fatigue, the growing sense that audiences were tired of the cycle of revelation and reinvention. Silence followed from Meghan and Harry. No direct rebuttal to comedians, no public defense against satire. Just continued forward motion, new projects, public appearances, strategic calm. But silence in the entertainment industry is complex. It can project dignity, it can project restraint, but it can also create a vacuum where interpretation thrives, and interpretation was thriving. The carefully constructed image of misunderstood outsiders began competing with a louder label, cultural punchline. That shift matters because controversy invites debate. Debate keeps relevance alive. But becoming a joke changes the energy. It moves from argument to amusement, from polarization to normalization. Once audiences laugh collectively, not nervously, not cautiously, but comfortably, the cultural framing shifts. And reframing is difficult to reverse. The Golden Globes moment didn't invent criticism, it crystallized it. It condensed years of tension into a few minutes of stage time. It reflected a broader impatience with curated narratives in an era where audiences value perceived authenticity above polish. Whether fair or exaggerated depends entirely on perspective, but the shift was undeniable. Because in an industry built on image, once the room starts laughing, truly laughing, it rarely forgets the reason why. And for Meghan Markle, that night wasn't just another headline. It was a signal that the conversation had changed.